guys have all been to the convention once before, right? Everybody? Michael, no? Okay.
First timer.
First timer. And you're the guy from Chicago, right? How's everybody doing out here at the Cubs convention? This is one of the... Do we know everybody on stage? I don't think I need to introduce anybody, right? Everybody, we got the heart of the lineup. We've got guys up the middle. We've got center field, third base. I mean, you know, it's pretty good. We're going to have a little baseball hitting conversation. And the way it's going to go, we got some microphones around the room. And we're going to get some questions. I'm Ron Coomer. I am the partner of the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes. That's how I got to introduce myself now that he's in the Hall of Fame. But we're going to have a hitting conversation, and once we open it up to everybody out on the floor, you can ask kind of what you want. If hitting isn't your thing and you want to know more personal, that's up to them. We'll start with that. But first of all, guys, welcome back to Chicago for the guys that haven't been here. And my first question to answer, and for all you guys can answer, what do you think of the Cubs convention, first of all? This is, you know, growing up as a Cub fan here and coming here as a free agent, I heard about it, but I didn't know about it. And then you're like, wow, this is a lot.
I mean, it's definitely one of those things where you experience Wrigley when you're playing somewhere else, and you say it just feels different there, right? And then once you actually experience it for yourself, like we are, for me, my first one was last offseason, and then this Cubs Con, it just shows the dedication, the loyalty, the support that this fan base has for us, and I don't think there's any better fan base in the world.
For you guys right now, this is one of those times, you know, we're about a month out before you guys report to spring training. We were just having a conversation a little bit backstage about the preparation going into a season and the hitting part, because we do it so much. How much of that have you done so far, or is it one of those things where you kind of build up to get to camp and then, you know, you get 5 weeks?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is I started a little bit earlier than I typically do this year. I started a little bit before Christmas, and a lot of it is, you know, twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, just to get the calluses back on your hands, kind of open the blisters back up so you can toughen them up. Realistically, just trying to get your body in a position to be healthy going into camp and to stay healthy in camp. And then as January comes and towards February before spring, you really start trying to hone in on, you know, some different skills or some things that you want to, have
you already got the
blood blister.
Blood blister. All right.
You really start honing in on some things that you want to kind of build upon for the season. Rabbit hole to go down, right? Like,
no doubt.
We have so many numbers. I don't think you guys even understand how many different things you can find if you want to go searching.
As a broadcast, it gives me a headache.
Yeah, I mean, you sit there and you're like, you can start going like, okay, well, why did I hit righties better than lefties this season? Okay, why did I do better last season with 2 strikes compared to this year? And then, 1-1, 2-1, 0-1, those counts, I was hitting 340. What was I doing then? And you start really driving yourself crazy. And then instead of being able to say, like, you know, things change from year to year. You get pitched differently year to year. What worked last year may not work this year.
New team,
new atmosphere.
Lineup,
so
ballpark,
there's so many factors that go into it, and I think that sometimes you just got to take them with a grain of salt. I think a lot of those meetings too try and turn more towards, like, away from what did I do well and more towards sorry. I'm getting choked up.
What anything serious?
I just love talking about this team so much, man.
I'm getting teary-eyed.
We're getting a little
about what can we do better, right? Like, what can we do better as a group? Where did we kind of stumble this year? Because at the end of the day, individual performance is great, and there's you have to perform as an individual for the team to be good. But if individuals are performing well and the team's not, then you got a real problem. And so you start understanding how we can construct things better or what we can put more emphasis on. And I feel like that's kind of, at least in my experience with the meeting, especially here this past offseason, it was all based around, like, what can we do better? What can we do more of, less of, to be able to win more games?
All right. What position you play, Parker?
I play second
Here.
and catcher.
Here.
Say it.
I play second and catcher.
Nice.
Wow. And I bet you're a good hitter.
Yeah.
Righty or lefty?
Way to go. How about it for Parker?
Righty or lefty? Righty or lefty? Righty or righty?
Righty.
Nice job, Parker.
You got a high school coach or somebody when they were younger that really impacted their career?
I would say for me, just the coach I ended up playing for when I was 17 and 18 for summer ball was probably the first coach that truly believed that I could be something, and like really, like the power of belief and instilling that into me really kind of just helped my career unfold the way it was supposed to. I would never have gone to Vanderbilt without him. I probably wouldn't have really gone to any major school whatsoever, and just his impact was really awesome for me, and still do a bunch of hitting stuff with him in the offseason. So, yeah.
That's great. Pat, this is going to be a comfortable at bat.
Yeah. Well, you see somebody warming up and they're throwing 100 and they're looking this way. And this way. You're like,
Just hear the bullpen wall.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I mean, it is a real thing. Sometimes you just go up there and say, I'm just going to take. And I guarantee you he throws 4 balls before he throws 3 strikes. So I just go up there and I'm never going to swing. And it has worked plenty of times.
My first
Yeah, I'm at home in Atlanta. So
Atlanta, so you can be outside most
Yeah,
of the year.
I'm in Phoenix, Arizona
I know.
too. Yep.
Oh, I don't do nothing outside. You kidding me? You kidding me?
How many ground balls do you think our shortstop has taken so far this year? Good answer.
0.
Do you think he needs to take any so far? Here, I'll answer as a fellow infielder. No, he does not. I think he's all good, all of them. Because it's not going to work out real well. But today it was okay.
We got to learn how to define success, and
Right.
I think kind of what Nico, was alluding to is just what actually matters: getting hits, or is it swinging at the right pitches? Like, you have to define your level of success, and sometimes better in a situation is instead of getting a hit, maybe it's a sacrifice fly, or and I know that counts as an 0 for 0, but let's say you get a guy over, right? So that's a quality bat because you did what the situation dictated, and there's so many different things that go into it other than just getting a hit, because there are years too where you do get a little bit luckier than the previous year, and that can kind of fluctuate, but one thing that I was always told is batting averages go up and down, but RBIs always stack on top of each other. They never go down. So it's just all about perspective.
And also, Dansby, could you sign my card?
Yeah, come up here.
We can do autographs after, so not everybody comes up to the stage. Come on up.
It'll be $5,
All right?
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a 2-part question as well. First one is for the 4 of you guys up there. You go into a game plan for each series, right? For each pitcher that you're going to face. Do you have...
One quick thing on that is you need to be able to honestly assess, are you going to be at an advantage, a disadvantage, or equal that day? And there's some days where you're at a disadvantage and you have to go in and understand how to take what they give you. And then there's days where you feel like you have the advantage. You may be able to be a little more selective, kind of get it where you want it. And then there's the days where you just feel like it's kind of an even matchup and you're looking for what you're looking for.
That night, didn't it?
Yeah, it was good.
I guess for me, last year I was actually coming off the IL when I had hurt my foot. And coming back, it's so funny. Like, you sit there and watch the game, and the game's so easy when you watch it on TV. You're like, why aren't you swinging at that? Why are you swinging at that? And I literally just took that thought process. When I got back, I said, I'm just going to look in the spot I want to hit, and I'm going to swing at everything that's in my spot and make it as simple as it was. And it's funny how, like, everything else kind of lined up because of that. And so once I came off the IL, first pitch, I hadn't seen a live pitcher or nothing. First pitch back, I hit a double, and I was like, this is a great game. I love this game. Yeah,
Easy game.
Yeah, this is awesome. Sacrifice, like, so much. I've sacrificed so much in my life from when I was a little kid to even now that it really does take a lot of discipline, and didn't go to a lot of events in high school. Wasn't necessarily the coolest kid in high school, but kind of knew what I wanted and went for it, and I've kept that mentality ever since. I was a young kid that I was going to give up certain things because this is the life that I wanted, and was very fortunate that, you know, God blessed me in certain ways with talents and abilities, and, you know, laid out my path for me. But, you know, it goes along with what Nico said, but sacrifice and discipline for me was big.
Season, you guys' thoughts on next season? Right? We've heard sacrifice. What thoughts going into next season?
Before we get to next year, we got to re-sign Belly. So that's all I'm going to say.
Thank you to, listen up real quick. Thank you to all the Cub fans.
Thank you.